you seeking a good relationship with your kids? Do you find yourself getting distracted with everything on your to-do list? In this video, I'm sharing why it's so important to gift your kids with your undivided attention, and why that is an important piece to building that relationship, gaining trust, and getting to know your kids. Hi, I'm Kenna, and I help parents inspire an environment of learning in their home. I'm glad you're here. Being present is kind of a catchphrase nowadays, don't you think? It's talked about everywhere, and it's talked about as the ideal, and it begs the question, well, what about the past and the future? Well, here's how I see it. I don't think you can ignore any of them, but this is the balance, and the balance matters. Learn from the past, plan for the future, live in the present. Let me say that again. Learn from the past, plan for the future, live in the present. Now, how does this apply to us and our kids and building that relationship? Well, if we are spending every moment of our day worrying about the future or the past, but not spending the moment now, then we won't be fully present, meaning we won't be able to get to know our children, to really see them, hear them, understand them, and build that relationship, which is an investment into the future, right? Both ours and theirs. So today, I want to focus on the living in the present and what that means to me and why it's important and how you can do it. Here's the deal. If you make a commitment to help your kids on their educational journey, or any appointment or commitment that you've made to your kids, it is so important to follow through. That appointment is worth keeping. So put everything else away during those appointment times and focus on the present. This time is not the time to focus on the past and worry about the past. Unless, I guess, if you're teaching history, you can mention it, right? It's not the time to plan for the future. It is the time that you gift your kids. It is a gift to your kids to be present with them. So ignore the dishes, ignore the phone, ignore the to-do list, and focus on that moment with your kids. And if you find yourself pulled away and distracted, because, we live in a very busy, distracting world, if you find yourself distracted, notice it, catch yourself, and come back to the present. One way to do this is just to focus on your breath. If you connect with your breath, it connects you to the present, because breathing is in the present. And I like to couple the breathing with a phrase. I like to say in my mind and in my heart, present moment, breathe in. Beautiful moment, breathe out. And remind me that right now is the beautiful moment that I'm supposed to be living in. So this could look like during learning time, having some time, even when they are working on their own lists even, right? That you are available and present. If you have a time when they get to seek their own passions, give them a time of that day when you are available for questions and helping them, and that's the time that they know that they can ask you because you're there for the kids at that time. During lesson time, be one-on-one and avoid distractions. And of course, during together learning time, when you have something planned to share with them or a curriculum to do together, give that time to them so they know that that is important to you, and also so they know that they are important to you. Now, being present with your kids, gifting this time with your kids, does a few things that I want to highlight. It helps you see where they are. It helps you notice their struggles a little bit earlier. It helps you notice their strengths. It helps you notice their interests, what they're interested in and what they're not interested in. And it helps you see problems early so that you can address them head on a little bit earlier than if you were just distracted all the time and then when it was big, right, it's right in your face. But if you take the time to be present with your kids, then that is the moment when you will see those warning signs early and you'll be able to address them and just face them head on together. And as I alluded to before, it builds your relationship because it absolutely sends the message to your kids that they're important. They're important enough to set aside time for them. And they are, right? They're one of the most important things in our life. Our children are, right? And if we don't show them that by deed, if we just say it but we don't show it, then it's not going to mean anything. And I know it can be hard if you have a lot of children, But one-on-one time is really good for this too. For all those things. One-on-one time, being present with one child at a time, builds the relationship, helps you see things early, and just helps you know and understand your child better. So even if it doesn't happen very often, if you have a big family, it might not. But it's worth making it happen. If you'd like a PDF download with a list of 10 things that you can do to cultivate the intentional leader inside of you and to cultivate a home environment of learning, I invite you to check out the description box below. I will put a link to a freebie on my website. Here's to you, intentional parent. You've got this.